Hi, Charlie. Well, here we are. Time to chill. Charlie and I just got here. It's Friday night, a week after we were just here. And we're about to go down and check the trail cams, and that's it for the night. Tomorrow, I've got a friend coming up. We're going to do a little hiking, and so I just might take some video of what the terrain out here looks like. Maybe catch some big horned sheep, some elk, deer. We'll see what's out there to share with you. That one, though, is going to have to stay in the cabin. We're not going to let it come out. But sporting my Team USA shirt today. And I'm not talking about the Olympics, I'm talking about the country. But I'm going to fire up the Husqvarna. Got that, so I'll be able to actually clean out those notches that I wasn't able to fix last week. And I remembered oil so that I can actually mix up some gas and have fuel for the chainsaws as well. Might get another run on too while I'm up here, but this is really about a relaxing weekend. I actually had to all week work in the city, and oh boy, there's nothing worse than having to go into a concrete jungle, especially when you start getting used to living and being in this type of environment. So anyway, not going to be a lot going on. Probably show you, like I said, some trail cam video, share with you some of the surroundings around here, and a little bit of work on the cabin and playing with the new chainsaw. So hope you enjoy. So, me and the girl out for a walk. We just had seen a whole flock of turkeys go running up that way, up the hill, so they must have a roost up there somewhere. So we're gonna go down this way. And what I really need to figure out are these berries. I don't know what they are. See the black ones or the dark ones? They seem to have, I've been testing to see if they're poisonous, and to test you just put a little bit on your skin, and if that doesn't burn after a little while, maybe put a little bit on your lip, see if that's gonna burn. If that doesn't, bite into a little bit and put it on your tongue. If that doesn't burn, finally, you can try eating a tiny bit. And if you don't get sick, odds are it's probably okay. And I'm guessing that these are okay based on kind of my tests. So anyway, we're gonna keep walking, see what kind of mischief me and my girl can get in. It is so beautiful to see those guys for the year as well. That's a grouse. Charlie just chased probably half a dozen of them up, but that one stayed really visible to us sitting in that tree, and it's on watch, that's for darn sure. Anyway, continuing on. I don't have anything for you. Good Saturday morning. Well, oh, what a good night's sleep, huh, Charlie? Yeah. I made some deer breakfast sausages this morning, and she's wanting some really bad and keeps getting all over my face. That's why she was just smooching me. Try to just go do a little flying with the drone. Windy out already today, so there won't be any of that, but at least it'll keep the bugs away for working on the cabin. So my buddy's gonna be here around 9:30, and right now it's about 8 a.m. So I'm gonna try to quick get some work done on the cabin before he gets here, so we can spend the rest of the day hiking and glassing, shooting our bows, maybe even pulling a few rounds off with some of our deer rifles. So kind of a similar weekend to last weekend, except it's with an adult friend, not 2 kids. So we'll see what we get done today, but man, it is starting out to be, oh, watching the hummingbird behind me too. Starting out to be a great day. What a more fitting place to unveil, hey, Charlie, a toy. I shouldn't even call it that. I just got this thing for a song. And it is, yay, Husqvarna 440. And we're going to see how this thing works out today on the log cabin, but might need to get a new chain on it. Looks like it was used on something really, really sappy. Obviously, I got it used, and apparently these things are supposed to last forever. So we're going to see how it goes. Husqvarna 440. See what kind of damage you can do on a log cabin. Well, here we go. I haven't even attempted to start this thing yet. I know that choke on, clear the air. Give it a pull. See what happens. Huh, pretty quick. All right. I'm going to cut off a nub underneath here and see how powerful the thing is now. Chain definitely needs some sharpening. We'll go do that now. All right, let's get started on this. First things first, mark where you're starting. So I'm just going to make one tooth black so I can see. And again, lazy way, using this. And I don't know if you can see this, but on here, there are marks for a 30-degree angle, which is for a saw like this. So I'm going to get this taken care of real quick. Just like that, done. We're gonna keep it out because we might be sharpening it later too. All right, all sharp. Let's see how it works. So this is what I'm working on now, is that the bottom, both of these have slight bows to them, so I'm having to flatten this out so it sits down on the log below a little better. You can see I've done a little bit of flattening there, but this is a bigger log, so I'm cutting more out of this. I just need to take about, well, I've got it leveled to here. I got to bring it out to about here, and it should drop right in. So I'll keep going. All right, let's see where we're at on this thing. See if we have much more to do. So based on what I'm seeing here, I just need to get that notch down a little bit lower. Looks like I just need to take some off of right here. Across here now looks really good. And over there looks good. So once I got plenty taken off through the middle there. Hey, there's Charlie. We should be able to drop that in, be nice and clean. Start on the next ones. All right, center them up real good on the walls, spike them in. Eight-pound sledge. Get the other end done. Put the next 2 logs up. You know, maybe I won't use that log. That's a nice 14-footer, and I only need 12s. And that is going to be really good on these long runs. Crap. I might have to peel another log. Maybe one of these down here will do. Dig around for a minute. All right. Finally, the logs I peeled last winter. I get to use a couple of them. And remember, oh, got it backwards. Little big, little big, little big. This is the big end. Nice. Big end, little end. So the next row, this big boy, oh shit, this is heavy. Well, there we go. the next two victims, then these two will be perfect. Top of the sides again, so whew, we are getting there. Out for a little hike, and this is our views today. How the hell did settlers get through here?
Hardcore.
This is what rattlesnakes do in the summer. Shed their skins. That's a biggie. Whew.
Yeah.
Look at these views. We've been hiking probably over an hour to get to this point. We're at 9,600 feet at this point. Beautiful, isn't it? Down at the bottom of the ravine next to a spring, a natural spring that we're going to go to, and this is all we're seeing is bedding areas. And that spot that's all laid down, that would be where an elk laid down and took a nap. Give you a reference though, we are deep in a ravine right now. This does not do it justice, but we're easily 500 feet below peak and we got to get out over that ridge. So we're going to continue down to the pond, or the spring. We're at the bottom of the ravine at a natural spring that's on public land, and it literally just comes out of the ground right up here. It's actually got a pretty good flow. I'll show you. As you can see, you could drink the water from right here because it's so close to the outlet. And if you look, it's literally just seeping out of the side of the mountain. So cool. Nature is so cool. And then you look up at some of these big old aspen that have been just abused by nature over the years, and they're getting all their water from underground right here. All right, here's what the valley looks like that has the spring in it. It's just gorgeous how green and lush. My first time down here. So this is the moon on Saturday night. So good Sunday morning. Yeah, Sunday. Think about it. So yesterday, all I did was start to clean up the notches on here and fit this log in. And then my buddy showed up from town who, well, probably could be my son, but definitely cut from the same cloth. And he and I went out for a 6-mile hike, which I already showed you a lot of the video from that. It was an unbelievable day. Spent doing that. Then we ran some 4-wheelers and checked our trail cams, and we spent some time shooting our bows. So it was a great day. Then he had brought some elk backstrap for dinner, and we seared up some elk backstraps, and it was amazing. Took off last night, or he did, and then this morning we're just getting after it, and I hope you just enjoyed the dueling. I'm pointing that way because that's where the cabin is. The dueling hummingbirds. It was nuts watching those guys this morning. But I think there's 5 or 6 of them. And last night in the same area we had a bat, which we have the bat box for, flying around, looping and just gobbling up bugs. So a lot of things going on here. Seeing the turkeys yesterday, the bighorn sheep yesterday. It's been a great trip so far. So today I'm going to work a little later than I normally do. I'm going to stick around here until about noon. We're going to go till about 4 to 5 o'clock. Whoa, what the heck? Shower up and then head home. So we're going to finish fitting this log perfectly. Then we're going to put the next 12 footers in sideways this way. And I'll probably then place the other 14 footers, but I won't get them notched or anything. So it's going to be a hot day again today. And I just only have limited hours this morning to work on this. So we'll get started. And oh, by the way, wow. Going from more department store type chainsaws to this is night and day. I can't believe that I waited as long as I did. What I found out is that I have a 62cc, that Chinese one that's supposed to be so powerful. This thing at a 42cc is way more powerful than that 62. So it's playing with numbers and all of that. So I guess I'm saying probably we're spending the money to get something that really, really works. So granted, I only used it one day. We'll see how it goes the rest of the time. I got to show you something before I go in for a water break. So everything's starting to come together, but look at this. Can you see that? Oh, yeah, baby, right there where it's supposed to be. All right, let's go have some water. So one of the hardest things about building with the logs that I have on property is how crooked they are, and bows and things like that. So a lot of straightening, and sometimes I have to actually bow something in or out. So if you look at this log, you can see the bow to it. If I put that up or down, it means I've got to do a whole lot of shaving off of wood to make it flat. Now it's too hard. If I can turn the thing and rotate it until I get kind of an even gap all the way left to right here, it makes it a lot easier. I just have to support it real well before I do my scribing. But that looks like it's in a good position. I've got it wedged at one end, and I'm gonna wedge it down here. As we come around, you can see how that becomes an issue. You look at those bottom 2 logs and the gap that happened there, thick, they go to thin, they bow, but I'm doing my best. That's gonna be my biggest area for chinking that I'm gonna have to deal with. But look across into the other side. When I leveled and flattened out that log, it really made that clean and tight. But now really my logs are very, very level all the way around, and I just need to keep stacking. But you can see the 2 logs I'm doing now, substantially smaller than the bottom, I guess, 6 so far that are on here. So back to work we go. And right now that means scribing. All right, I keep getting better and better at this. I've got a really nice notch actually drawn. So now that we got the new chainsaw, let's see what we can do about ripping this up. Gonna tap that out with the hatchet, clean it up as much as I can, then I'll go to the other one and then I'll do my finishing work on it. so satisfying. So that's what it looks like when I'm done kind of with a rough cut. Now I can smooth it out. I'm gonna pre-fit now, set it back on the log, do a little more tracing for the notch, and then I'll do my finish work with the saw. So kind of old school, new school. Use the chainsaw for a while, use the hatchet for a while, back to the chainsaw for the fitting. All right, here's what I have to say about all of this. My rough fitting now is better than when I first started and my finished fitting. So look at that. Pretty darn close to being where we need to be. Take a little bit, once I clean it up, that log is gonna drop right into place. And that was quick, wow. I know I've gotten comments that by the time I get to the top one, I'll be a pro. Well, they're slowly getting better. First pass with the chainsaw to smooth it out, looks okay. Come down here, looks pretty good. All right, let's see how it fits. Well, that does it for another trip out here. I got the whole cabin cleaned up and showered, ready to go home. Really kind of happy with what we got done here. Added a few more logs, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to start cutting some more trees down. So hope you enjoyed. You know, we did a little bit of work on Saturday morning on the log cabin, then that hike. Wow, what some beautiful footage we put together for you, and those big old sheep were amazing. And then today, get back up, get back to work, and got some more logs done. So slowly but surely, we're gonna get this thing put together. So until next time, well, it's gonna be a little bit. My one daughter went back to school. Addie, who was out last week with us, she went back and she's a senior now, last Wednesday. And my other daughter, Stella, who you've seen like in our winter videos, she goes off to college on Wednesday. So I got to take the day off, and then we're going to hang with her next weekend. And then possibly Labor Day weekend we'll come back up. I'm not exactly sure. But if we do, we'll put together probably a family video and get a little work done here. But for the most part, probably those 2 logs that I have just sitting on top, I'll get those cut in. But more than anything, it'll be just a chance to relax, have a family time before, you know, the crazy fall begins. So thanks for watching. And remember, do it yourself.